I'm not defensive about it. Come on!
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update, people. The transfer window slammed shut last night, 11 p.m. No more business will be done. Jadon Sancho becomes a Chelsea player. But unfortunately, the big one that we were looking for, Victor Osimhen, did not happen. No agreement reached between Chelsea and Napoli for the Nigerian. No agreement reached on any personal terms either. And we end the window with no centre forward, having made it our priority to sign a centre forward this summer, having been in negotiations for 2 months over trying to get this Osimhen deal done. No plan B, no alternatives, couldn't get the job done, which is a real shambles, a real shambles. So there we basically are with what's going on at the football club right now. We weren't able to get a striker through. We got an opportunistic move for Jadon Sancho, loan with an obligation to buy between 20 and 25 million, depending on how high we finish in the table. But no striker once again. Judge us at the end of a four window plan. That's what we're told. We've had 4 windows now under this new ownership, and no centre forward at all. It's not about Osimhen. It's about not signing a striker. It should have been obvious from well before an hour before deadline that he wasn't going to compromise on his terms, and we weren't prepared to meet his terms. So why did we sit there and still try and have conversations to convince him? It should have been very obvious that wasn't happening. So I don't care about not getting Osimhen. I think people make him out to be way better than he actually is. I don't think he's as good as what people say he is. But, he was a number 1 target, and it was obvious from weeks ago that he wasn't compromising. So why did we fuck around and waste everyone's time when we could have moved on to alternative targets and got ourselves a striker? What happens if Nicholas Jackson gets injured now? We're playing Mark Guiu up front. Is that what we're doing? It was a complete waste of time, complete and utter waste of time on everyone's behalf. And, from a waste of time from Chelsea's perspective, because they didn't go and pursue alternative targets when it was obvious that's what they should have been doing. So a complete waste of time from Osimhen's perspective, because now he's going to sit and rot in the reserves at Napoli and play no football until January, unless a Saudi club comes in the last couple of days, a different one to Al Ahly. And, Napoli as well supposedly moved the goalposts. Al Ahly claimed that when they found out about the Ivan Toney deal, Napoli suddenly asked for an extra 10 million euros from them. Apparently. So I mean, I don't know how true that is or not. But my overriding feeling is that we just fucked about. We fucked about when we should have just left our offer off the table, fucked off, gone and pursued someone else. And if Osimhen then decided, actually, do you know what, I want to accept these terms, then we could have agreed something. But ultimately, there's no winners here. Osimhen doesn't win, Chelsea don't win, and Napoli don't win either. No winners at all. But big up to everyone that's locked in, by the way. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you are new round here as well, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do so. So please do hit that subscribe button. We're heading towards 12K. We're not far away, but let's first call 11.7. Let's get there as quickly as we can, people. That would be greatly appreciated. Run those likes up, as I said. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then let's debrief this transfer window and the main goings on. Hopefully another Joe Shield signing. Sancho, this one don't get a striker. Yeah, it's annoying. Joe Shield just, I think he's got a heavy influence on it. No, Sancho's loan with an obligation to buy. So basically, it becomes permanent as long as we finish above 14th in the table. So basically, he's a Chelsea player. Unless we ended up being 15th, in which case he would go back. But that's not going to happen. Whole summer transfer window was a shock. We've actually left ourselves slightly weaker. I don't know if I agree that we're weaker. Obviously, Silva's gone and we replaced him with Tosin necessarily. That's obviously not ideal. But in terms of everything else, I think we've got stronger going forward in terms of the quality of the options that we've got. But ultimately, we don't have a centre forward, which is what we needed. And it's the one position that we needed all summer, we didn't get. And for me, that's inexcusable. I know the market's not great, but you bring someone in. The Ivan Toney deal was there to be done. £33 million or 36, one of the two. One of the two. It's useless. It's useless from the club. Fucking useless. Heard the board didn't rate Toney and Duran because I don't know if it's because of their attitude, but obviously they weren't that keen on the signings. They weren't that keen. Look, this is not a slight on the attack. There's loads of quality there, but we needed a centre forward. No one can sit here and pretend after the events that have unfolded that we can be happy that we've not signed a centre forward. Look, I'm pleased that we stuck to our guns on Osimhen in terms of not caving to his wage demands. I'm pleased about that. But what I'm not pleased about is the amount of time that we wasted and the amount of time that we wasted where we could have just gone and pursued an alternative target. There were deals out there to be done. Now, if Osimhen was the main target and the priority, right? Like we were saying, then what indications were Chelsea getting that he was going to, lower his demands and accept the offer that was on the table from us? What indications were we getting? Because it should have been obvious that those indications weren't there from him. And now for Osimhen as well, it's a complete farce for him. He's frozen out of the squad at Napoli. He's been advised terribly. His number 9 shirt's been given to Lukaku, the ultimate insult. And unless a team from Saudi Arabia or Turkey or Portugal or whatever, which is very unlikely, most likely have to be Saudi and a different team to Al Ahly, come in the next 2 days, Osimhen is playing no football until January. 0 football till January. And all that because he wanted a few extra £100,000 a week when he could have come and realised his dream. Oh, it's my dream to play in the Premier League. It's my dream to play for Chelsea. You've got Mikel talking bollocks all summer about, Osimhen really wants to come to Chelsea. I'm speaking to him. I'm sending him messages. Come to Chelsea. Come to Chelsea. He really wants to. No, he fucking doesn't. If he really wanted to, he would have accepted the offer on the table. He didn't want to. He wanted to come on his terms. Otherwise, he was happy to sit and rot at Napoli in the reserves and not play football, all because he wanted some extra money. So fuck him, basically, is what I say. Look, the offer probably wasn't that great from Chelsea. Probably wasn't that great. Sure, it probably wasn't that great. But, I mean, it's... Victor obviously doesn't care about sporting integrity. He's made his choices, not our problem. Another season of Jackson missing sitters. I mean, Nkunku, let's be honest, is not a number 9. He isn't a number 9. Guys, there's 110 of you in the building. There's only 28 likes. Please keep smashing that like button. Run it up, run it up. He's not though. This is what I don't get. People talk about Osimhen, right? And he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong, but people talk about Osimhen like he's prime R9. Like, this guy's had one 20-plus goal season in his career, and he's acting like he's, one of the best strikers that's ever played the game. The fact that he wasn't prepared to make sacrifices when others have in order to come and play football tells me all I need to know about him. That he's not got the mentality and he's not got the mindset to be a top-level player. He simply doesn't. He's going to be completely irrelevant for 6 months now. Maybe longer, who knows? And that's on him. The offer was there for him. He had the chance to come and join Chelsea, okay, but he chose to stay at Napoli and not play any football because of money. And people can say, yeah, sure, he's got something about him, but at the end of the day, for me, the attitude is not there and the mentality is not there. Because why would you turn down a move to the Premier League and Chelsea, which you said was your dream, in order to not play any football till January just so you can collect more money? That's not the sort of attitude or people that I want at the football club. It's absolutely not. I mean, I wanted Toney. We obviously never really were seriously in for him. Exactly. Osimhen had one good season. Last season, his and Jackson's season was similar, and Jackson plays in a harder league. Look, Osimhen's better footballer than Jackson. Don't get me wrong. He's a better finisher for sure. Absolutely. But people are massively overrating Osimhen. So, we should have broken the structure for him. No, we shouldn't have done. We absolutely shouldn't have done. And I absolutely think we've dodged a bullet on this one. Nothing against the quality of the guy, but I think we've dodged a bullet. He feels like a Lukaku 2.0 if ever there was one. And he's obviously, for him, like, I do feel a little bit sorry in terms of the fact that he's obviously been really poorly advised. Napoli have obviously shifted goalposts slightly as well. So there we go. Absolutely no top players coming here for half their current wage. No, I hear that. I also hear that. But when your options are sit and play no football for 6 months, or come to Chelsea on less money to play in the biggest league in the world and play for a young, exciting, up-and-coming side, then why would you not take that? Why would you not take that? That's what I'd like to know. Why did he not take the deal when the alternative option is to sit and play no football for 6 months? Why? You know, if that's your options, right? Sit and play no football for 6 months, or join Chelsea on reduced wages. Why would you not take the option to play football? Ultimately, the money matters more to him than the football. And that's the reality of it. That is the reality of the situation for me on that one. No, brother, we shouldn't be breaking the bank for him. We shouldn't be breaking the bank for him. You know, there's only very few players would you break the wage structure for. And I'm sorry, he's not one of them. I don't know what we offered him. But that Demartio report, if that's what you're referring to, saying we offered him like 68k is bollocks. Not true. Not true. We would have offered him well over 100 grand, well over that. I don't know the exact numbers, but as I said, there's no winners from this. There's no winners from it, because now Chelsea don't get a striker, Napoli don't get any money, and Osimhen is not playing any football for 6 months. So there we go. And he's lost his number 9 shirt to Chelsea, to Romelu Lukaku. Lost his number 9 shirt. So it's lose all round. Lose all round. And look, I still think we'll be okay without him, but to not have a striker is a real big disappointment. And this is just confirming it here. Victor Osimhen has been excluded from Napoli's Serie A squad list, and his number 9 shirt has been given to Romelu Lukaku. Very tense situation. Meanwhile, Al Ali argue Napoli verbally agreed a fee only to ask for over 10 million euros more after discovering the Ivan Toney price. So, look, they're all bastards in this. They're all bastards. Napoli are slimy bastards. Osimhen is a money-grabbing bastard. And Chelsea fucked about with a delegation in Naples for far too long, when they should have... What they should have done is, you know, put that final offer in, left it on the table, and then be like, look, Victor, we're off to go and sign someone else. If you want the deal, let us know in the next however many hours and we can do it. If not, your loss. That's what the situation should have been. There were other options. You know, you can't tell me that Ivan Toney for 2 or 3 years wouldn't have been a bad option. It wouldn't have been a bad option. Ivan Toney for 2 or 3 years would have been a really good stopgap option, and not particularly expensive either. Not particularly expensive. But do you know what? It is what it is at the end of the day. If you haven't learned before, we should absolutely never go in for another. Yeah, we should never go. You know, never again with Napoli. You know, somehow we got a decent deal for Koulibaly. Well, we thought we got a decent deal for Koulibaly at the time. Ultimately, that didn't really work out for us. But yeah, in terms of trying to sign players from Napoli, especially the main players, forget it. Absolutely forget it. De Laurentiis, you know, all these people that we've got to deal with, shambles. And that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. But we end without a striker, which is not the situation that we wanted to find ourselves in. Now, is that a failure? I think it is. You know, when you make it very, very clear that you need to sign a striker. When you make it that clear, for me, it's a failure. It is an absolute failure, particularly when you spent 2 months negotiating for said striker, knowing full well for a long, long time that he wasn't going to accept the terms on offer, and yet you sat there and you did nothing about it. Nothing about it at all. So I don't know how we can offer any praise here to the sporting directors or the club. The only praise we can offer is the fact that they stuck to their guns and didn't cave on the wage structure. That's the only thing. We were after a striker last summer, even after signing Jackson. And then we go forward to this summer, we still didn't sign one. And if for any reason we end up getting a transfer ban, which could potentially happen once the Premier League investigation into the dodgy goings on after Roman concludes, then we could be in big, big trouble. We could be in big, big trouble. We almost signed Samuel Omorodion, and then we didn't go and get a striker profile like him. For me, it seems like right now Chelsea are a team that's either interested in any opportunities presented by agents or players that sporting directors have had a history with in the past. That's how we're moving right now. That's how we're moving. Bro, this has got nothing to do with buying other players. The transfer fee was never the issue. That there was not going to be an issue with the transfer fee. The issue was getting Osimhen to agree to the wage structure, and he didn't. He didn't. He refused to compromise financially, and he chose money over playing football. And that's on him. So I hope he's happy sitting and rotting in the reserves at Napoli when he could be playing Premier League football. But that's on him. That's his choice. And everyone's going to make their own decisions. But let's not pretend that Osimhen is all is forgiven for Osimhen on this. It's not. He's been terribly advised. He had an opportunity to fulfill his dream, and he didn't take it because he's greedy. We brought our entire wage bill down. I'm sure some compromise could have been sorted. Well, it clearly couldn't have been. They were unable to reach it. Bro, we can't get Isak. He's not. We can't just suddenly go and get Isak. It's closed. The window's closed anyway. Jackson gets even more patience now. Get behind him. But if by January we're outside the top 6 and we're missing too many chances, yeah, absolutely it will. Absolutely it will. I'm glad we didn't give in to his demands. We've been burned too much. Yeah, I agree. Yep, ownership, terrible. Ownership also don't help with penny pinching wages. Look, I respect the fact that we're trying to bring the wage bill under control because it's been out of control for way too long. We've been offering silly wages to players that aren't worthy of them, and we don't want a Raheem Sterling situation again. And look, I think you should have to. Why shouldn't you have to work for your money? Why shouldn't you? Why should you just be guaranteed, hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, regardless of how you perform? You perform better, you get paid more money. The team does better, you get paid more money. It's a good concept. It's a good concept. But my issue with it though is how we're basically briefing. We're basically briefing that it was FFP issues, which is why we couldn't go any higher. Just be honest about it. Just be honest. You got the structure. He wasn't prepared to fit in. You weren't prepared to break it. That's the reality. But it's annoying. Look, I don't care that we didn't get Osimhen, but it's just so annoying how much time we wasted, guys. We wasted months on this. But ultimately we decided to take a gamble, and that's been the hallmark of this ownership. We decided to take a gamble that Osimhen would be backed into a corner and he would accept our offer. We tried to play the card that let's wait and wait and wait. So he's got basically no choice in the last few hours of the window, but it didn't work. We should have left negotiations at the beginning of the day, gone in for someone else. Now, of course, we would never have known whether Osimhen would have accepted, right at the end with no choice or not. But we should have left negotiations at the beginning of the day. We should have left negotiations at the beginning of the day. It's fucking bollocks from everyone involved. Absolute bullshit. And now the FFP briefs that start coming out, and you're just like, apparently Chelsea made between 5 to 7 proposals to try and sign Osimhen, but none of them came even close to his Napoli salary. Chelsea tries a base wage plus add-ons for UCL qualification and goals scored. They did their best for FFP. Why are we briefing FFP? Just be honest about it. He didn't accept the offer. That's that. We didn't offer low wages for FFP reasons. We offered low wages because that's our wage structure and that's what we do. So let's not do this FFP bollocks. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? It's just the fact for me that we just wasted so much time. We're wasting so much time on it. We could have just got someone else. But what can we do at the end of the day? There's no point constantly moaning about it anymore. It is what it is, isn't it? The striker market's not great. No, it's not great at all. We have 2 sporting directors who are both useless, can't wrap a gift up. Every big deal, Tottenham Barley have to save the day. Yeah, I mean, it is a problem that we don't seem that capable of wrapping up big deals. The Enzo Fernandez one was totally different because the only problem was not being able to agree a fee with Benfica at the time. Fernandez has gone on strike. Everything was agreed on the player side. We never even got into conversations with Napoli because there was no agreement with Osimhen. So yeah, it's a problem. No, I don't think they would have been. I'd rather have John Duran than no one right now, and that's the prospect we're faced with. No one. So now there's got to be even more patience, even more time given to Nicholas Jackson. That's what we have to do. That is what we have to do. Plain and simple. But it is what it is. I'm just annoyed because it was briefed. 4-window plan. Judge us on September the 1st. Well, here we are, and there's no striker. Here we are, and there's no striker. And John Duran scored again today. Fucking hell. John Duran has scored again as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's exactly what we should have done. Brilliant work, people. Brilliant work, guys. Yeah. It's just beggars belief, people. It is just beggars belief that we find ourselves in this situation. No striker. If Jackson gets injured or Nkunku gets injured, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. No, they will announce him. The Sancho thing's all done, guys. The Sancho thing is fully done. We're just waiting for an announcement. It's all the documents are signed. Everything's all done according to Fabrizio. Everything's fine. We're obviously just waiting for. We're just waiting for the official announcement. That's it. But yeah, there's nothing to There's nothing to worry about on that front. Nothing to worry about at all. So we just wait. We just wait and wait and wait for that announcement to come. That announcement will come. I think he could well be paraded on the pitch at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. Who knows? But I would have taken Duran. I would have taken Duran now. No, well, they would have been. I'll tell you what, they would have taken Duran right now. I'll tell you that for sure. They would have taken Duran. If it was choosing Duran over Osimhen, then I can understand why they'd be a bit more annoyed. But we should have gone in. We should have gone in for someone else. Why didn't we go in for someone else? I'll never know. All I can think of is maybe we just didn't rate the alternatives high enough. We didn't rate the alternatives high enough, and that's the reality of this situation here. Maybe we just didn't rate the alternatives high enough. Doesn't look like Osimhen is highly rated. No, I find it very strange that no one really wanted Osimhen other than Saudi and Chelsea. That was it. And, it became clear that, you could get him for well below the release clause, heading towards the end of the window. And that there was nothing. There was nothing at all. Nothing. So, yeah, that is an interesting one. It is a very interesting one, guys. But people, 162 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. Only on 51 likes. Let's get this up and over 100 likes, guys. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Make sure you keep smashing that like button and make sure you keep subscribing to the channel as well. if you are new round here. It's free, and it takes seconds to do. Seconds to do. Seconds to do. So make sure you do it, guys. Run up those likes and keep subscribing to the channel if you're new round here. Do you know what's going to happen now, right? We're going to end up probably spending 60 million quid on Duran in January. That's what I reckon. Disappointed Chelsea didn't sign Osimhen. If Abramovich was Chelsea's owner, yeah, we would have done, but then we probably would have found ourselves in a mess further down the line. So, you know, swings and roundabouts on that one. Swings and roundabouts on that one. The next thing I hear from Osimhen, better be sacked his agent. What else? I don't want to hear anybody talking about John Duran, because when the club scouted him, everybody was saying no. Well, ultimately, at the end of the day, the sporting directors are the ones that said no. The sporting directors are the ones that thought that he either wasn't ready or wasn't good enough at the end of the day. But it almost seemed at one point we were certain to get him. But that's where we're at, guys. That is where we are at with the John Duran, with the Victor Osimhen situation. That is where we are at. So I'm interested to see how this one pans out. Obviously, the Jadon Sancho thing, great. You know, we're going to move on to that now. There are a number of outgoings as well. We obviously had Raheem Sterling going to Arsenal on loan, a late loan move for Amanda Broja to Everton, and Trevor Chalobah got a loan move to Crystal Palace, which kind of appeared out of the blue. But ultimately, we did make one signing on deadline day, guys, and we did bring Jadon Sancho from Man United in. Now, this is definitely an opportunistic signing. It's a loan with an obligation to buy. There is no loan fee, but Chelsea are reportedly covering most of Sancho's 250 grand a week wages. And then the deal will become permanent for between sort of 20 to 25 million pounds if Chelsea finish above 14th in the Premier League. So it's basically a permanent deal. And obviously, the higher we finish, then the closer that will get to the 25 million pound mark. Now, Sancho's an interesting one because, again, it's an opportunity. But according to reports, Chelsea's interest in Sancho predates this window. The interest is not suddenly just new this window. So I don't know what the situation is, how long we've been interested in Sancho for, but it's definitely predates this window. It's not suddenly just appeared out of nowhere. But I wouldn't have had us down to sign Sancho on deadline day. I think I like him. I do like him. He's not really a traditional out and out winger in the sense of things. He's not, but I don't know where he's going to play. The Athletic, saying that Chelsea might predominantly use him down the left-hand side. Okay, fine. So it probably means that, maybe he's going to be competing with Mudryk and Neto, although Neto can also play on the right. I think what it does mean, though, is that Cole Palmer is definitely going to play centrally. Because otherwise, there's way too many options out wide. So I think Cole Palmer will play centrally. I think for the money involved, guys, it is a good deal. Let's be fair. For the finances, it's a good deal. He's made a significant financial sacrifice to join the club, and he'll sign a long-term contract once this deal becomes permanent. But yeah, he made a significant financial sacrifice, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. Someone that actually wants to come to the football club and play for us. Victor, take notes, brother. Take note. I'm interested to see where he fits in, though, because I wouldn't say that Jadon Sancho was a natural touchline winger necessarily. He's probably better at keeping the ball than the likes of Mudryk, but he's not got a lot of pace. So I'd probably say he suits playing inside a little bit more. But we've already got loads of options that like to play in that inside role. It's not worked out. It hasn't worked out for Sancho at Man United. But if we can somehow find the Dortmund's Jadon Sancho, then there's a big there's a massive player there, a big big quality there. And it would be an absolute bargain if we were able to potentially pull that sort of a deal off. Well, we have pulled it off, but it will be interesting to see what happens and how he plays. He's obviously not going to make his debut now. Earliest debut time will be the game against Bournemouth on the 14th of September. That's probably going to be his debut. But it's going to be very interesting to see how often he plays, where Maresca looks like he's going to play him. But we need that Dortmund Sancho back, because the Man United Sancho, unfortunately, wasn't very good. But it's another option, guys. It's another option, and there could be a big redemption arc here. There could be a big redemption arc, which let's hope there is. Let's hope there is a big redemption arc, because it would be fantastic for Jadon Sancho to resurrect his career at Chelsea. And we can also get to mug off Man United in the process. So what's not to like, guys? What's not to like? I think that it offers great versatility to the squad. You have Sancho and Nesta can both swap sides. Yeah, look, of course, they can play both sides. My only focus was a striker, but it looks like we have another winger, and I don't care even where he plays. Fair enough. But yeah, there's not too much to add. Look, for the financial side of it makes sense. It's a very good deal financially. But again, it's only a good deal if he does well. And we've got to work out a way to fit him in the team. And we're going to work out where he's going to play. And it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts. But, having these options is great. Neto, Palmer, Madueke, Nkunku, Mudryk, Felix, Neto. There's so much quality. One thing's for certain is, guys, we're not going to struggle to score goals. Problem is, we are definitely going to struggle to keep them out the other end. That's going to be our main issue, keeping the ball out the back of the net at the other end of the football pitch. So defensively, we need to improve. We need to improve. We need to improve defensively. I'm disappointed that maybe we didn't bring a centre-back of quality in. But there we go. I mean, Ben Chilwell stayed at the club. I don't know what's going to happen there. But there are multiple options. Jackson and Guillou strikers at a club like Chelsea is a joke. I like Nicholas Jackson, but yeah, of course we need. There's no one's denying we need another striker. We need another striker like that. That's very, very clear. No one's denying that. It's not happened, and we're going to have to hope for the best now. We're going to have to hope for the best moving forward, and hope that decision doesn't bite us in the arse, and we'll have to revisit it in January, or we revisit it in the summer. Next summer, sorry. Maybe that's what we're going to do. Let's see. But yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I mean, I would have preferred, a centre forward coming in. I would have preferred a centre back coming in. But that's where we are right now, guys. That is exactly where we are right now. Disappointing situation, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. We can't do anything about it now. We've got to go with what we've got. We've got to get behind the players that we've got, and let's wait and see. Sancho's really surplus to our needs. Didn't make any sense to me. Really needed to go offensive on Osimhen last night. Well, Sancho's money is nowhere near what Osimhen's is earning. But yeah, anyway, guys, we're still 30 likes away from the magical 100 likes mark. Please keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do so, guys. Run it up, people. Run it up. Run it up, guys. Come on. Let's get there as quickly as possible, people. There's over 150 in the building still. Let's run these likes up, guys. Come on. It's free and it takes seconds to do. And we should be on 100 likes, light work. Plus, guys, make sure you keep subscribing to the channel as well if you are new round here. Every new subscriber helps, and we are 34 subscribers away from 11.7. Let's try and get as many of those knocked off as we possibly can. We shouldn't have bought KDH, 30 million waste. Bro, we can't be talking about 30 million wasted after 3 matches. Come on. I'm not quite sure why there's agenda against Jackson. Yeah, I know. I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. I don't understand it either, brother. Again, Giyu's 18 years old. This business over there is crap. That's just not true. He's just not ready yet. Anselmino is that guy highly rated. I reckon he walks into the defense. Maybe, but we're not going to see him for a while. I mean, look, I'm not against it. I really like Jadon Sancho, and it's a great price, and it's seemingly a good deal on the face of it. My just issue with it is that it's another player in a position which we didn't really need another player in. That's all. Hope Jackson don't get injured or Sancho and Nkunku Palmer are front three. Yeah, I don't like Nkunku as a striker. Osimhen was badly advised. He fumbled the bag and moved to Chelsea. This is on his agent. He should have covered all angles. Yeah, I agree. Would I give the window out of 10? Maybe a 5 or something, 4 or 5, but not getting a top striker is as that really marks it down. Should we go for Osimhen in January? Look, maybe that could be a possibility. Maybe that could be a possibility, but that's going to be someone that's not played football for 6 months. And unless he's had a change of heart, the finances are still going to be the same. And I don't think we're going to suddenly change our minds in 6 months' time and break the wage structure for someone that's not played football for 6 months. So, yeah, no, I don't think we are going to go back in for him. I very much think with Chelsea and Osimhen, it was now or never. And I think it's going to be never. We should have kept Leslie. No, Leslie is playing. He is playing, is he not? He definitely played in the cup in the week. He definitely played in the Carabao Cup in the week. So yeah, that's what I'm that's what I'm saying on that one. He definitely played in the cup in the week. I don't know if he started today or not. Look, somebody, yeah, but that's not an obligation. I think that's just a buy option. That's not an obligation to buy. Broja is a buy option, so that's not guaranteed at all. They said it was a 4-window plan. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Now, look, not all the signings have been dog shit, but to not have a top class goalkeeper, a top class centre half, or a top class centre forward with all the money spent in 4 windows is poor. I'm sorry, it's poor. There's no escaping it, guys. No escaping it at all. It's really, really shit to not have got that sorted out. Really shit. Why would we go for Osimhen again? He's played his hand. Yeah, I agree. I can't see it happening. Sancho's a bargain and he maintains the pre-Dortmund form. Remember, we really wanted him for much higher price before. Yeah, I can't remember when we last wanted him, but yeah, there have been links with Chelsea and Sancho before. No, I don't think there's many downsides. I don't think there's too many downsides, but the only downside is where he fits in and how regularly he plays. I'm not sure about it. I think we should have done a swap deal. Mate, the swap deal was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. FIFA Chilwell, they didn't get a move. Hard to see a CL when they sit on the sidelines. Bro, I just don't think anyone wanted him. I just think no one wanted him. And that in itself is a tough thing to see. A tough thing to see. The fact that no one wanted Ben Chilwell is kind of mad. Kind of mad. Although we don't know if any offers came in or not, it does seem very apparent that no one actually wanted him, which really is mad. Really is mad. I would have thought someone would have wanted him. Surely someone would have wanted him. No, maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't want him. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what we're going to do with Chilwell. There's still a few windows open, but I don't see any solutions in Turkey or Portugal or Saudi Arabia for Chilwell. I mean, at least Sterling's gone. You never know. No, I don't think Chilwell's going to go to Saudi Arabia. No, there's 2 days left in that window. There's been absolutely zero links with Chile and Saudi. Zero links. Yeah, Portugal, Turkey, Greece, Holland, Saudi, they're all still open. Who are your top picks for our front four now the window's done? Well, it'll be Jackson down the middle, Palmer, Neto, Madueke. That'll be that. I think that's the front four: Jackson, Palmer, Madueke, and Neto. That's what I think I would go with. That would be my top picks for the front four, sort of as things are right now. But obviously, there's many changes could take place. I don't know. Hopefully, find a solution in the next few days while these other markets are still open. Chua will be our new Drinkwater. He'll be here till his contract expires. Still 3 more years. I find that very hard to believe. I don't think that will be the case. But Jadon Sancho's in. It's an opportunistic deal. The finances are good on it. So let's back him and let's see what happens. Let's back him. Let's see what happens. It will be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, defensively problems as well, guys. Defensively problems also, which is not fucking good enough. It's just not good enough. Sterling deal is bittersweet. He actually improves. I don't think he does at all. I don't see how. He just gives them another option. Let's not forget, Sterling's not been good for about, 3 years now? Sterling's not been good since he left City. And even arguably in that last season at City, he was on the way down. So Sterling's not been good for a number of years now. So I don't buy into this idea that he's like some sort of difference maker for Arsenal. But I mean, the deal's done now. Obviously, the finances of it aren't great. Let's dive into it, though. Chelsea, this was the best we could do. This was the best we could do in regards to Raheem Sterling. This was that we couldn't have done any better. We weren't going to get anything else at this late stage, that late stage of proceedings. So that's what it had to be. That's what it had to be. And this is the details on the finances of the deal. So Chelsea are getting no loan fee for Raheem Sterling. So Arsenal confirmed Sterling's joined on a season loan from Chelsea, no loan fee. Sterling has made a wage concession and both clubs are contributing. Move driven by Mikel Arteta. So that subsequently found out that it's going to be notes. So Chelsea are receiving no loan fee and the wages are a 50-50 split. But he has taken a pay cut. So I don't know how big that pay cut is that he's taken. And I don't know how, but it's 50-50 wages and no loan fee for us. So yeah, it's not great, to be honest. The finances of the deal aren't great at all, but it just goes to show that Chelsea were just so desperate to get rid of him. And we're just going to have to revisit this in 12 months' time. And we just have to hope that Sterling does well, reasonably well. And he kind of plays himself into the window, get other teams interested in him, and maybe there's going to be more suitors for him next summer, and we can try and move him on a permanent basis. So that's got to be the aim here. That's got to be the aim and the plan here. But yeah, it is still a concern. It is still definitely a concern that there weren't many options. This was a very much an opportunistic move for him. Very much come through last minute. Arteta kind of the driving force behind it. And look, he's gone. Half his wages are off the books. I suppose that makes some sort of difference. Absolutely makes some sort of difference, but it's still not good enough, really. It's still not good enough. Yep, Duran scores again. Standard. Duran and Calvert-Lewin both scoring today. Was always going to happen, wasn't it? After Chelsea failing to sign a striker. Maybe Sterling 3 years ago, I'd agree. Yeah, exactly. Now Sterling's shit. If we shouldn't go for Osimhen, Sesko next. Yeah, look, I think Sesko will come back onto the table next season. That option will definitely be on the table next season. And you don't know who else is going to emerge over the course of this year. You don't know who else is going to emerge. It's going to be very, very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. But if Sterling was on 150, he'd be more tolerated. Yeah, potentially. We better win tomorrow. No excuses. I agree. No excuses. Yeah, we've got one international loan spot left because Petrovic went on loan to Strasbourg. Sancho will have a point to prove. He will cook at Chelsea. Form is temporary. Talent is permanent. Watch him ball. I hope so, bro. I hope so. I hope so. But look, Sterling went. And we also got a move away from for Trevor Chalobah as well, which is a little bit unexpected. But absolutely delighted for Trev. Absolutely delighted for Trev. Fully deserves that. And Crystal Palace is a great move for him. A great move for him. Obviously, he won't be playing this weekend. I don't know, because he probably didn't sign in time, and I don't think we would have allowed him to play anyway. So Crystal Palace confirmed that Trevor Chalobah has joined on a season-long loan from Chelsea. No option to buy, so it's just a straight loan. I'm delighted to join an ambitious club like Palace. I know some of the boys in the squad well. Fair enough. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does. Do I think we'll get a striker in January? Not maybe. I wouldn't hold out any hope on it. João Pedro may even be a shout next summer. Yeah, he's definitely the next one out of Brighton that's going to, a kind of a top 4, top 6 club. 100% the next one out of Brighton that is moving to a top 4 or a top 6 team. It's that wouldn't be a bad shout. Really wouldn't be a bad shout. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a really good footballer. But yeah, this is great for Trev, because what it does is it allows him to play himself into the market, maybe get a bigger and better move next summer, or it allows him to play himself back into contention at Chelsea, which is potentially still a possibility. We just don't know. But guys, 89 likes. We still haven't reached 100 likes. Come on, people, run up those likes. Hit that, smash that like button. Run it up. We're what? 10 likes away. Come on, guys. It's been a bit of a slow burner on the likes today. I know it's a Saturday afternoon. There's football and stuff on. I get it. But yeah, let's run it up, people. Let's run it up. Get this to 100 likes, and keep subscribing to the channel as well if you are new around here. That would be really, really appreciated, guys. It would mean a lot. So please do that. We're 7 likes away now, people. Let me know when we're at 100 likes, by the way. There's no interest. Yeah, Trev definitely is one of the good people. Are you really going to even say DCL? Oh no, I wasn't saying that. It was a joke in terms of like there were links with him, and then he scores after we don't sign a striker. That was my point. I'm not actually saying that we should have signed him. Absolutely not. Absolutely not under any circumstances. But Sterling's gone. Not great financially. We're paying 50% of the wages. No loan fee. Wow, Everton are absolutely finished. Those guys were 2-0 up after 86 minutes and lost 3-2. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Everton fully collapsed. That's mad. Absolutely mad. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, back to Chelsea. Trying to flog Washington just tells you everything we need to know about these. I mean, yeah, Washington has had a disastrous 12 months. He was apparently, we'd agreed a deal yesterday with Strasbourg, 21 million euros. So we were going to make a profit on a player that's played 25 minutes for us in a year. And then Chelsea supposedly pulled the plug on it because they were amid concerns there might have been an investigation from the Premier League. Then he was going to join Hull City on loan in the Championship, but they couldn't do that deal because there wasn't enough time to complete it. So it was an absolute shambles. There's still a few windows open, so there's options of places for him to go, but yeah, it's really, really poor from a number of players that weren't able to get moves. I know we weren't going to be able to get rid of everyone, but it is shit. And having banished Chalobah from the squad with the intentions of selling him all summer, we just sent him on a straight loan, and a lot of these deals we're just going to have to revisit again next summer. Broja as well. He's gone, but it's an option to buy. it's an option to buy for £30 million. I don't really know how well Broja's going to do, but it's an option. So there's no obligation. It's an option. And Chelsea are Everton are paying no wages until Broja's recovered from his foot injury. So yeah, Sancho and Man U have Anthony, Garnacho, Rashford, and they got Diallo as well. Yeah, our attack's way better than theirs. Way better than theirs. No denying that at all. It is comfortably better. Comfortably better. Calling the sporting directors is funny after all the top players they've signed them relatively cheap. No, all we're saying is that they've done some good things, of course, but they've also done some things that are really shit. Really shit. Did you watch? No, I didn't. I was working. But I was able to take a quick little break to bring the Victor Osimhen video. I was able to run that. But no, I didn't. But yeah, it feels weird now that the transfer window is closed. It's a bit of a weird feeling. There's going to be no more sort of transfer rumors for, well, it's September tomorrow. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But yeah, it's gonna be strange. Back to the normal stuff. Everton have lost that game because they're dog shit. That's why. Broja will struggle in a relegation battle team. Yeah, I think he will. He's still only 22 years of age, but yeah, this is a big moment for him now to try and maybe stake a claim and sort of show what he can do. I don't know what he's going to be able to do, but we'll find out. I feel Casadei will go to the Portuguese league, maybe. I don't think Lavia and James. Yeah, they should be back after the international break. That's the plan. Yeah. Oh, same as always. Match reactions, call-in shows, general news stuff, guests and whatnot. Yeah, there's still going to be plenty going on. I'll try and do daily stuff, but obviously, as you can imagine, guys, the news is obviously going to be less because the window's now closed. But there's still going to be plenty of content coming on the channel. Don't you worry about it. We're Chelsea, mate. There won't be a shortage of transfer rumours to take us up to January. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. But yeah, we managed to get 3 major outgoings, all on loan. I don't know if we got any loan fees for Chalobah or Broja. I hope that we did, but I can't be certain on that. Cannot be certain that we would have got any sort of loan fees for those guys. But it is what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? It is what it is, people. There'll be no more signings until January, obviously. There's still a chance for some level of outgoings. There's still a chance for some level of outgoings. Absolutely, there is. And let's wait and see what happens over the coming days on those outgoings. But I mean, let's have a little look ahead to. Why don't we just throw it forwards to Crystal Palace, guys? Let's throw it forwards to Crystal Palace. Difficult game. I know Palace have obviously lost their first 2 games, but they're a good side. They're going to cause us problems. They're definitely going to be tougher under Glasner. We didn't face the Glasner Palace last season. Different proposition. It's going to be difficult, but we should have enough about us at home to get the job done. We absolutely should have enough about us to get the job done. But it'll be what, 14 wins in a row? We've got 14 wins in a row against Palace. We're going for a 15th win in a row, which would be mad, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely crazy, that. It'd be amazing. Couldn't compete at the Saudi wages, and ultimately, he was very, very injury prone at Chelsea. But look, that's yeah, I can get some guests on. No problem, people. No problem. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what guests you want on. Let me know in the comments which guests you want on. And I can try and make it happen. It's got to be slightly realistic though. But let me know. Let's dive into the teams. Let's dive into the team then. Let's bring it up. You know, we are obviously back with the pre-match stuff now, guys. You know, window's done. We are back with the pre-match stuff. Let's run it up. Let's run up what we think we're going to see tomorrow, or what I would like to see tomorrow. We're going to run this up, and yeah, guys, let me know what team. Let me know the team, and let me know your team in the team that you'd like to see in the comments. Obviously, we know that what do you call it? We know that it's going to be Sanchez in goal. There's no point in me even bothering to put Jorgensen in because that's not going to happen. Neto and Gusto missed the game against. They missed the game against. No, sorry, they missed the game against Servette. But Maresca saying they should be back for it. Do I think Osimhen will go Saudi? Well, they got 2 days, and it would have to be a different one. 2 days, and it would have to be a different club to Al Ahly. So, no, I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. But it's going to be Sanchez in goal. Maresca saying that Gusto and Neto should be back. Considering Reece James is serving the last game of his 3-match ban, I don't want to be seeing an Axel Disasi in at right back. So I'll be putting Gusto straight back in there. The centre back pairing, we know what that's going to be. You know, it's not going to be Badia Shield, and it's not going to be Tosin. It will continue to be Colwell and Fofana. Colwell and Fofana there. And then left back will obviously be Cucurella coming back in. Oh, it would help if I type that in. No Lavia, in a way, makes the midfield selection a little bit easier, because what I would do in midfield then is this. Is Enzo here. Caicedo here. Actually, I'd switch those 2 rounds. And then what I would do here is have Cole Palmer in that more advanced number 8 role. Palmer there, because that's what I'd go with for me. I'd have Palmer there. And then is there any way we can put in an appeal for 24 hours? No, bro, it doesn't work like that. You can't just be going, oh yeah, I want some extra time to sign someone. Can we, guys, give us an extra 24 hours. Bro, it doesn't work like that. Does not work like that. Doesn't work like that at all. So yeah, no, not nice idea, but yeah, that's not how this stuff works, guys. It's not how this stuff works. But what I would go with is, I'll be honest, bro. I think Nkunku's going to be on the bench. He played 90 on Thursday. I think Nkunku's bench. He would be in my team. So I'll go with that, and then Madueke is going to have to play on the right hand side. So we go Madueke. I wonder if he's going to start Neto. I don't know. I don't know if Neto's ready to start, but I would stick him in. And then obviously Jackson through the middle. So that's the team. That's the team that I would go with there. Sanchez in goal, Gusto, Fofana, Colwell, Cucurella. That's the first choice defense at the moment. That picks itself. Caicedo and Enzo are going to play because there's no Lavia. I think Cole Palmer will play as a number 8 because Madueke is going to have to play on the right-hand side because of how well he's done. You then put Pedro Neto on the left and you play Nicholas Jackson through the middle. Although there's still options of Joao Felix as well. I think he'll probably be on the bench. I think the likes of Felix, Mudryk, etc. will both be on the bench along with Nkunku. And yeah, that's what I'd be That's what I'd be going for. That's what I'd be going for. Yes, big up for the super sticker to Raymond. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated. Why Palmer on the left? He's good with Madueke on the right. No. Palmer playing in the advanced number 8 role, which when he pushes up can sort of becomes a number 10 anyway. That's what we're looking for, people. That is what we are looking for. That for me, that's not a bad team. It's not a bad team at all. And then when you think about it, when we've got Mudryk, Nkunku, and Felix as attacking options from the bench. Three very different options there. Ability to change the game from the bench. It's not bad. Look, whether he ends up actually picking this team or not remains to be seen. But I think that's a decent team to be heading into this Palace game with. I think it's a really decent team to head into the Palace game with. So, but why shouldn't we feel slightly why shouldn't we feel slightly excited and optimistic about things? We need to get the win. Obviously, we lost in midweek, which is not ideal. We're still through. But yeah, we need to respond with a very good performance. There's no denying that. We must respond with a good performance. Simple as that. We really need to respond with a good performance. Whether we are going to do so or not is another matter. But this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Yes, we've beaten Crystal Palace for the last 14 times in a row. I get that. We have beaten them the last 14 times in a row. We're going for 15. That's not going to be able to last forever. That's not going to last forever. That will end at some point. It absolutely will. It will end at some point, and it's going to be very interesting to see when it does. Hopefully, it's not tomorrow. We can't really afford to be dropping points there. That's a very good team as long as Palmer, Jackson, and Madueke are starting games and Enzo is deep. Yeah, I agree. I think if you start Palmer, Jackson, Madueke, and you play Enzo deep, you're going to give yourself a half decent chance most weeks. I'd say you're going to give yourself a half decent chance. Well, I'd hope so anyway. But the defense, the centre backs, the centre backs are an issue. There's no escaping that. There's no denying it. The centre backs absolutely are an issue, people. Of course they are. We know that. We know that. Again, getting overrun in midfield is becoming a little bit of an issue as well. That's something where we desperately need to tighten up from a defensive standpoint. Massively need to tighten up on a defensive standpoint in midfield. But yeah, Felix I think will be on the bench, but he could start. He could go with Felix over Neto potentially. There's every possibility that might happen. But I think the majority of the rest of those guys are all going to start one way or another. I think the majority of them will start. But it will be interesting. Hope I'm wrong, but got a bad feeling Sterling will cook at Arsenal. We've got no loan fee and are paying at least 50% of his wages. It's not a great deal. It's not a great deal. But we needed him gone. So that's what happens when you leave things too late in the window. No, do you know what? You'd be surprised. I think you would. I think you can get top 4 with them. I think you can. I think you can get top 4 with them. Absolutely. I really do believe you can. Guys, keep smashing that like button as well. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Run it up. We're on what? 110 likes? Let's get this to 120. Come on, people. Let's get, another 10 likes on the board. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's get another 10 likes on the board. Keep smashing that like button and keep smashing that subscribe button as well, guys. If you are new round here, I would be grateful for that. We're racing towards 11.7k now. We're racing there. We're less than 30 away now. Less than 30 subs from the 11.7. So let's see how many we can knock off here. Let's see how many subscribers we can knock off. Yeah, please keep joining the community. Please keep subscribing. Troy, I don't know what happened to me, but this season I'm confident we will secure top 4. Yeah, but it's a big if on the defence. A big if. For me, brother, right now I wouldn't be starting in Nkunku. That's just me, though. That's just me. I personally wouldn't be on that Nkunku hype. Sancho's can't play. He's not even been announced yet, so he won't be playing. Don't care how we do it. Just need all 3. Yeah, that's how I feel most weeks. That's how I feel most weeks. I actually don't care. I don't care how we do it. Just do it. That's where I'm at with us right now. I feel we have to get top 4 this season. Only when Stanley and Lawrence Stupid are capable of signing 14 players and spending 200 million and leave us with 3 out of 4 parts of our spine still lacking. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. And we are loose defensively. You know, 3 of the 4 goals 3 of the 4 games this season, we've conceded 2 goals. You know, the attack's not going to bail us out every time. We need to tighten up. They signed Lloyd Kelly on a free and some third choice striker from Sheffield United and a couple of goalkeepers. Really shit window for them. Really shit window for them. Palmer belongs at number 10, never on the wings. I hear you. Nkunku has been crap. Well, he's not been crap, but he's obviously not had as much impact as others. So, yeah, I fully hear you on that. You know, for me, you shouldn't be. Facts back line leaking in at least 2 goals a game. Yeah, that needs to tighten up. Otherwise, we're fucked. I feel Nolly will score a hat trick, and I think we're going to get another Madueke hat trick. If we don't get top 4, I'll be blaming the sporting director's ownership. Yeah, I agree. No, the Sancho stuff's all done. It's just not been announced. That's all. We're just waiting for an announcement in regards to his deal. That's all that's going on there. Waiting for the announcement, and then Jadon Sancho will be fully confirmed as a Chelsea player. He'll be fully confirmed as a Chelsea player. So yeah, there we are. There we are. Our defence, they just need step-by-step, match-by-match play for Fana and Colwell for chemistry and confidence. Yeah, look, you know, and that's why when people say, "Oh, change the centre-back pairing," I'm thinking like, no, this needs to run for a few games and build some chemistry and understanding together. As you say, we chopped and changed the centre-back pairing so much last season under Poch. Admittedly, most of it forced through injuries, but still. Well, there's not much else we can do. There isn't much else we can do, unfortunately, bro. We just have to. We just gotta place our trust in the people and see what happens. We have Bournemouth away on the other side of the international break. Must win tomorrow. Yeah, we never tend to do that well at Bournemouth away. We won't get top 4 as breaking down low blocks will be a struggle. Look, I'm not writing top 4 off after two league matches. Absolutely not. You know, we can make a more valid assessment after maybe between 5 and 10. But of course, there are concerns that do need addressing, guys. There's no doubt about it. I think it will come tomorrow, then the announcement. No, I think, they could announce it tomorrow, but maybe today. But yeah, this weekend it will be announced. I disagree. I think Sterling's transaction was a good deal because otherwise you would have 320. Yeah, look, it is a good deal in terms of getting rid of him. You get some of those wages off the books. Yes, you're paying half, but he's taken a pay cut to join Arsenal. I don't know by how much. Will Felix be seen as a false 9? Potentially. 3-1 Chelsea's my score prediction. Yep. We break down Wolves and an low block. Yeah, we were really good. We were really, really good going forward against Wolves. Really, really good. Caicedo has to do a job on Eze. Yeah, Eberici Eze is going to be a problem. What I can't grasp is how we don't defend as a compact unit at all. Whenever we lose the ball, our opposition is, you know, even against Servette, you know, they had so much space and it was so easy to play through us. So easy to play through us. That in itself is a concern. Absolutely no denying that, guys. No denying it at all. That is a concern. But it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is at the end of the day. We just got to hope these things improve. We've got to hope they keep working at it on the training ground, and we hope that things get better. That's all we can That's all we can hope for, guys. There's not much else we can really be doing, is there? Not much else we can be doing. Around November, I'll make a decision on if we can get top four. I mean, that's pretty early to be deciding that. Lavia is the only player who can break up play. Yeah, I mean, look, Caicedo in theory should be able to do that, but yeah, I mean, Lavia is a lot more important to this team than I think a lot of people are giving him credit for, and a lot of people are actually realizing. That's kind of where we're at. But I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, the top four's a must. Winning tomorrow is also a must. So there we are. There we go, people. I hope the rest doesn't. It's too early to be thinking about that. How do you think about today, John Duran? Look, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, it is what it is. Maybe we should have made a move for him, but we didn't. And yes, he scored, and that's that, people. That's that. Somebody tell Enzo to not go in full tackle in the middle of the pitch. He simply can't match others in terms of strength. Loan deal for who? International break so boring. It is. People keep going on about how our midfielders aren't strong enough. Look at City's midfielders. You don't need strength and speed. You need good positioning. Yeah, I agree. I do agree on that as well. If wingers start helping out defensively, we'll be better. That's why Enzo praised Noni defenses. Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the centre backs being shit, or you know, we're not conceding goals from set pieces because wide players aren't tracking back. You know, that simply is not the case. Simply isn't the case at all. That's not why we're conceding goals, because wingers aren't tracking back defensively. So yeah. Arsenal in the mud. Yeah, I mean, look, great that Arsenal dropped points, but the red card decision was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, that red card decision. But that's just the way that these refs roll at the moment. But yeah, that's the team that I'd go with. I feel reasonably optimistic that we can get a decent result in this game. I would probably go with a 2-1. A 2-1 Chelsea. I think it will be closer than what people expect it to be, but I'll go narrow 2-1 win. Has Quavo been banished to the bomb squad too? He's clear. I don't know. We look more threatening from attacking set pieces, but from an organisational standpoint, we still look pretty shit defending them. Is all I will say. We still look pretty shit defending them from an organisational standpoint. That is very true, brother. Sancho's not starting. He's not even been announced. So yeah, he's not starting. He's not starting at all. Well, they'll probably both be on the bench, to be honest. But we'll have a lot of options. But yeah, they'll probably there's probably no doubt that they will both be on the bench, and that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. What else is there gonna be? What else is going on? Right now, they are, yeah. Sancho's not been good for a number of years. Right now, they are both better than him. They are. Sancho, if he gets back to his top form, his Dortmund form, sure. But right now, Neto and Madueke are both better than Jadon Sancho. I'm worried about tomorrow because Palace will be desperate for a result. If we don't start well, yeah, the Stamford Bridge atmosphere is gonna. We're gonna need to. We need the fans. We need the fans tomorrow. You know, we need to create a good atmosphere. Get behind the team. You know, all that usual stuff needs to be done. All that usual stuff needs to be done, and let's hope that we're able to do it. You know, just get behind the team. It's not hard. It's really not difficult to do. Yeah, but he's not going to start. It's not going to be an automatic starter for Chelsea. He's going to have to earn that right. But yeah, let's hope for the best tomorrow, guys. Let's hope for the best. And we'll obviously go from there. But yeah, let's hope for the best, people. Let's see what happens. 15 in a row against Palace would be fantastic. Mate, it's going to take more. It's going to take more than that to sort the fans out. It's going to take a lot more than that. Yeah, Palace got some decent players. Eze, Mateta's banging goals in at the moment. Obviously, Nketiah's arrived. They got Kamada on the bench as well. Despite losing Elisa, they've still got some decent options. Yeah, everyone will get opportunities for sure. I absolutely agree on that. Everyone is going to get some level of opportunity in the upcoming season. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. VAR should have been scrapped, in my opinion. I don't think referees are cheating. No, I just don't think they're very good at their jobs at the end of the day. I think that's a more accurate assessment of what's going on. More accurate assessment of what's going on. But no, they're not cheating. What else is going on? Any last minute things before I round this one out and head off to watch Man City versus West Ham? Big game at the London Stadium. Yeah, the squad excites me. It does. The directors didn't fail. They didn't want him on those wages. No, they did fail because they didn't bring a striker in. I don't care about not bringing Osimhen in, but they knew he wasn't going to accept the offer. So why did they waste so much time on it? That's where the failure lies in my eyes. That's where the failure lies in my eyes. But anyway, yeah, you've had your pants pulled down and been bent over by us. You paid 60 million quid for Mason Mount with a year left on his contract, and we're getting a Jadon Sancho for 20 to 25 million when you paid over 70 million for him 3 years ago. I don't know why we didn't do that. Who do you think will win the Premier League? Probably City. We should have gone for Tony, yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to round this one out. Big up for all the support as always, guys. It's greatly appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow. There'll be match day vlog dropping tomorrow. Plus, guys, there's going to be I'm going to slightly switch up the match reaction this season. Match reaction shows are going to be fan call-in shows. So Chelsea fans are going to have their chance to call in and come on the show and have their say about the game. So the match reaction show is going to be a fan call-in show now, where you guys are going to get your opportunity to come on and speak about the game. So that is what's going to happen tomorrow. Match reaction show, match vlog. You guys are going to have your say on the game. And yeah, looking forward to it, people. Looking forward to it. I don't need to say I'm going to be back later because there's no more transfer window. So there we go. But guys, thank you so much for your support. Smash the likes on the way out. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. A big thank you, by the way, for all the support you lot have shown me over the summer, over the transfer window. It's really been appreciated. It hasn't gone unnoticed. And let's stick together. Let's push on. Let's make this a big season. Hopefully, road to 20k and all that stuff before the season's done. That's the aim. That's the plan. Working hard at it. You guys are a big part of that. So yeah, love for all the support, guys, over the summer, over the window. But this is just the start, people. This is just the start. Loads more content coming throughout the season. But see you lot tomorrow for the match day vlog, and see you for the fan call-in show tomorrow after the game. You lot get your say. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, people. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here. Up the Chelsea, and peace out.